You're watching Today on eNCA, DSTV channel 43. Good afternoon, I'm Dan Moyane. Now, until the damage is fixed and the area is declared safe, officials won't be able to reconnect any services downtown Johannesburg. This comes after an underground gas explosion last week claimed the life of one person. The mayor, Kabelo Gwamanda, and a number of MMCs conducted an oversight visit in the area earlier today as investigations are continuing into the exact cause of this blast. eNCA reporter Silindelo Masikane was there, and she brings us now an update this hour. Good afternoon, Silindelo. Welcome to Today. Thank you for your time. So, they visited the space. That was the mayor and MMCs. What is the latest you can tell us about what's happening there after this gas explosion? We can see the damage is very visible.
Still very much very visible, Bradan. The trail of destruction from that gas explosion last week is still very much clear, especially in terms of the fact that the entire area, Lillian Goy or Bree Street, on both sides has been cordoned off. And as you can see behind me, I'm just going to ask Mbudzeni to just give you a visual of what we're seeing right now, is that we still have technicians on site as well as city officials who are in the area monitoring the situation. We know at this point there is still gas that is present, and so there has been an appeal from city officials that onlookers as well as motorists avoid the area. You can still see that at this point pedestrians still have access on either side of Lillian Goy Street as they make their way on opposite ends of town. However, there has been a warning that if there are motorists who are trying to access this road as of tomorrow, as well as onlookers who are still trying to take pictures, then they will be arrested. But at this point, Bradan, all we know from this oversight visit is that they are still on a fact-finding mission, according to the mayor, in terms of determining what exactly caused the gas explosion and who exactly is responsible. Let's just take a listen to what the mayor had to say during that media briefing.
As we've indicated in the past, that this is an administrative process that requires the administration to lead the technical investigation of what may or may not have transpired with the incident that we've experienced. I know there are a number of questions, there are a number of uncertainty, but I'm sure that you would have acquired the information that most of the speculation has been ruled out. What we are here to do is to get a determination as to whether the environment can be declared safe, so that we can issue the instruction for administration to begin the rollout of the services to this particular area. As you've heard or read in the newspapers, that some of the local residents in the CBD are without water and electricity. The city has, although marshaled resources to ensure that during this time of these cut-offs that are necessary, because we have not yet reached a level where there's 0% of gas levels that exist. Until such a time, and until such a time that the experts declare the area safe, we are unable to reconnect. And this is primarily because we prioritize the lives of our people beyond anything else that we are expected to do. Although it borders on their service delivery and human rights, but we need to ensure that we prioritize their safety first.
I think while we're waiting to hear, Silindelo, what kind of consequences will be there, another question is there any assistance being given to the residents in the affected area? Because earlier we heard Mr. Brink, Floyd Brink, the city manager, saying more than 2,800 households have been affected by this blast.
Yes, Bradan, more than 2,800 households affected. We have people who are without electricity, without water, and we know just how cold it has been over the past couple of days. But we know that there are NGOs assisting in terms of providing some relief, and we know that water tankers have also been provided on site. Let's take a listen.
We worked quite closely with the Department of Labour. We were on site today on fact-finding. We can report to you that we've now managed to find ourselves. We are now clear on the approach that we are taking forward. We, as the Executive Mayor indicated, indeed we might not be able to restore water and electricity at this point, and mainly due to the fact that there are certain parts on the strip, on this road, that is not declared 100% safe. And as the accounting officer as well, it becomes very difficult for us to send in our people into an unsafe environment. We request the community, the residents in the area, to really bear with us. We do have and we do feel the pressure from their side, and we understand that indeed that they are without electricity for a number of days and water. But we want to reiterate that we will continue to have our water tankers here, our JoJo tanks are here. We will continue with the servicing of the chemical toilets. Mr. Mayor, we are also providing food to the people out here. Through different NGOs and so on, and that will continue, and we're going to ramp that up as we are moving along. There's a lot of work that we've done even with City Power. We are confident once the place is declared safe, we will be able to deploy our teams in. We considered all sorts of alternatives, but it's becoming difficult in terms of the capacity. We now know it's about 2,820 households that are affected in this area with regard to electricity in this particular area. But we can confidently say to you, the modeling and everything is taking place. We will continue with the technology that we have deployed, and we will be restoring the services here.
Yeah, I'm sure the residents, they are waiting really for these services to be restored, plus businesses, because along Silindelo Street, Silindelo, there's a lot of businesses. The taxi industry has also been severely affected, because that has been their main thoroughfare for years now. Any word yet when we'll see or hear a report about who is to blame for this explosion?
Not at this stage, Bradan. Like I said to you earlier, we're told that there's a fact-finding mission, that no one entity could be to blame, that there could be multiple entities that must take responsibility. And of course, it's a waiting game at this point as to when that report will be made public or when it will be finalized. The mayor did not want to commit to a date, saying at this point they are still in the early stages of the investigations.
Thank you very much. Silindelo Masikane, downtown Joburg, standing there in the middle of Silindelo Street, formerly known as Bree Street. Now,